Hello, Bots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at something really special. I found this shopping at the local GameStop, and there was no way that I was going to leave this guy on the shelf. This is the Premium Collectibles Studio PVC Transformers Optimus Prime statue. Now, they also have a Megatron and a Soundwave in this line of statues, and I had seen them before, but Optimus was always nowhere to be found because obviously he's Optimus and everybody's going to want to grab him up, which is what I did when I first saw him. So, taking a quick look at this box, you can see he's in there. It's a nice big huge open window box, ages 13 plus. You have Optimus here, Optimus Prime, Autobot Commander. On the side of the box you have a huge Transformers logo and an Autobot symbol, Optimus Prime, Autobot Commander, PCS, which is Premium Collectible Studios. On the other side of the box, exactly the same thing. On the bottom of the box, you have some authentic Transformer symbols and Hasbro, a barcode, all sorts of other credits for the box. On the top, you just have the Transformers logo there. And finally, on the back of the box, you have the Transformers. You have Optimus Prime here, and you can see the Megatron and the Soundwave. So that is really cool. But nobody wants to see this guy in the box. I know I don't. So let's get him out and see what he can do. And here we have Optimus out of the box, and out of the box he stands just over 8.5 inches tall, and he comes with this awesome little display stand. It is a red Autobot symbol. You have some nice black glossy paint in there, and you have two tabs where you can port Optimus's feet into. On the back you just have a flat black, and you have a little bit of copyright information for the stand. But anyway, that's pretty neat. But we're not here to look at the stand, we are here to take a look at this awesome Optimus piece. So if we zoom in real close, we can get a great look at that head, and that is just an awesome Optimus Prime head. I love the metallic blue that they did his helmet in. That is just so cool. His crest has a little bit of silver. There's some silver in the inside where his eyes are and his mouth plate. I love those bright blue eyes. That is just awesome. Optimus always has to have bright blue eyes. I don't care what you do, just give him those bright blue eyes, because that makes him look so alive and so wise, and oh my goodness. All right, coming down you can see his front of his truck mode, or his chest. It's nice and red. You got some yellow for the cab lights there. The chest windows, they look a little dark and dirty to me. I'm not sure why that is. I think it could be this sticker wasn't strong enough or colorful enough, and I think that you can see some of the red bleeding through, so that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, if you don't look that close, you probably won't notice it. Has some nice white smokestacks on his shoulders. I think those could have been done in silver or gray. Autobot symbol, nicely done. Some nice silver for the abs and a white spot. You got his belt section. These metallic blue shows up again for the hands and for the little crotch piece right here, and back down to some white legs. His blaster, very nicely sculpted. I love that blaster. That is a very appropriate length, and just, oh, that is so cool. Coming down to his feet, they are nicely done in that blue metallic. I love that. That is so nice. And you have some white gas tanks here on the side. Taking a look at the back. This is just an awesome figure. That back of the head sculpt is just perfect. You got his four little divots on the side of his heads. That is cool. You see his antenna. And coming down, a little bit of leg detail on the back. But that is cool. Okay, we're going to zoom out again. Now, he is made of PVC plastic. It is a very soft plastic, very light, and he's very easy to move around. I mean, he's not indestructible, so don't go just throwing him, but I think he is sturdy enough to take a fall, and that is just so cool. I love this thing. All right, let's get some comparisons out here, shall we? And for the first comparison I want to look at, I'm going to bring out a Masterpiece Transformer. This is the TE Transform Element 01, and he is not an official Hasbro Transformer. He is what we call a third-party Transformer, but he looks the part. So I think you would compare these two, and they do a great job capturing the G1 Optimus Prime, both of them. All right, moving on. And the next comparison I want to make is with this 1997 Obi-Wan statue. It's made of the same material, that PVC plastic, and it's approximately the same height. Obviously his lightsaber will put him up. It's even off the screen, so if you kind of zoom the camera up you can see it, but that's not really important. Important is kind of seeing that these are kind of the same material, and they are kind of similar in build and make. Alright, moving on. And for our last comparison, here he is with the Batman Black and White series Todd McFarlane statue. And this guy has been on my desk, and I think I'm going to replace him with Optimus. Not that this is a bad statue, no, this is still a very, very awesome statue. This is the first edition. It's not as dark as the second one about to come out, but I think I will move Optimus there and move this guy to a more safer location, because sometimes my desk gets raided by cats and things get knocked over, and I don't want that to happen to this statue. And this guy is a little more durable, so that's why I'm going to be replacing them. But these are still two awesome statues. All right, moving on. And this has been the Premium Collectibles Studios Transformers Optimus Prime PVC statue. And this is a great piece that any Transformer fan should love to have in their collection. This Optimus Prime looks like he just stepped off of the screen in 1984, and he is almost perfect. That metallic blue just pops, and this is just an awesome piece. So good, in fact, that he's going to be taking the place of my center statue, the Todd McFarlane Batman Black and White statue. So I think that's going to be a fair trade. Like I said at the beginning, I found this guy at GameStop. He was 50 bucks. And if you want some Decepticons, they also sell Megatron and Soundwave in this particular series. But if the name kind of sounds familiar to you, Premium Collectible Studios was not always Premium Collectible Studios. It was Pop Culture Shock. And if that sounds familiar to you, it should, because they came out swinging with some very nice museum-styled Transformer statues that were like $600 to $700. They still sell those statues. If you are interested, you can go to the website, the Premium Collectible Studios website, and you can see that they also do Marvel, you have Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat, Conan, Rambo, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you have wrestling, Halloween. There's just so much stuff that these guys are into and have licenses for. So if you're interested in some nice high quality statue type collectibles, just head up to that website and check them out. So that is it for this guy. I hope you enjoyed the review, and before we take off, I want to take a minute and talk about some cool Optimus news. So, if you guys remember, last Friday, Hasbro put on a kind of an online convention that they called FanFest, where they revealed a lot of awesome products that are coming out this summer and fall. And one of those items was a self-transforming Optimus Prime. And this thing just blew everyone away. They had Jay and Silent Bob introduce it, and they showed it off a little bit, and then they had a trailer for it with Peter Cullen actually as Optimus Prime, saying that he has returned more powerful than ever. And this thing is awesome. It could do almost anything you could imagine. It was voice activated. You could tell it to transform or convert, as it were, that Jay did, and it would transform on its own. You could say hello to it, and Peter Cullen would say, "Greetings," or Optimus Prime would say that, but it was obviously Peter Cullen's voice, and that is just oh, the icing on the cake. This thing is programmable through an online app. It's just so cool. It is every fanboy's fantasy transformer, a transformer that will actually interact with you, and it has unlimited potential because they also described in the product trailer that you can download additional updates to it and new functions. This thing is just gonna rock the house, okay? So it's already sold out, and the price on this thing, $699. $700 for this basic living transformer. So you may say that $700 is a lot, but based on everything that this Optimus Prime can do, I don't think so. I think this is going to be the hottest transforming toy that has ever come out. So it was like I was possessed when I was online looking at this thing. As I was just looking at the specs, and all of a sudden it's like my finger arbitrarily went and put add to cart, and before I knew it, boom, it was pre-ordered. So I have one that's coming, and I may be reviewing it in a sleazy motel because my wife has kicked me out and is filing for divorce, but I'm going to be reviewing it. Oh, I'm kidding. My wife, bless her heart, is very supportive of my habits. I don't know if she's a loving wife or just an enabler. She's actually both. She's a very great wife. I love you, honey. But anyway, yeah, look forward to that in August. I'm going to be able to review this thing, and wow, I can't wait. This is just gonna be an amazing figure toy. I don't even want to call it a toy. This is just a masterpiece in robotic engineering is what this is going to be. So that's a quick preview of what we're going to be looking forward to in August when it comes out, and I can't wait. It's going to be so awesome. Well, anyway, guys, that's the review. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this Premium Collectible Studio statue. It's really cool, and until next time, keep playing.